Yes, and we are here. Hello, 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 everybody. My name is Bia Marie Anine, and I'm here with one of my incredible co authors from the book Inspired Connection, published by Hiller House
Oh,
Publishing. And besides
yes.
contributing a chapter to this amazing book, I'm an international speaker, holistic success coach, and energy healer, and I support soul driven entrepreneurs and leaders to turbo boost their success energy and dive into their divine story. So, and I'm really inspired to chat to my wonderful colleague in so many ways, the Dreammaker coach, the incredible actor, the legend, Chris Masters Ma.
Ooh, what an introduction. I love that. Oh, that warms me up.
Yeah. Hi, Chris. I'm so happy to see you and to chat with you.
I'm so happy to see you too. It's wonderful to connect with you again. And that was a phenomenal introduction. I was like, I love that. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
wow, you know me really well. Dreammaker coach, phenomenal actor. Uh, I don't have to talk about the logies that we won for New Gold Mountain. Uh,
Yeah.
I help make people's dreams a reality, hence the Dreammaker coach. So thank you for that introduction. That was beautiful.
You're very, very welcome. And besides all of that, you are the only male in this book, the only male author
Mm,
in this book. And this also makes
yeah,
you stand out. So,
I'm
my question is
I'm a
what?
hair down.
Let's let the hair
Let's
fly.
let the
Yeah.
hair down. Yeah.
So, no, what made you decide to come into a like mostly female book? Like, why
Yeah.
did you want to contribute?
The original intention is literally to put out a book this year, and I was working on it last year too. And when Crystal shared with me that she's got Inspired Connections, I'm like, that's amazing. And I've always been aligned with the women's movement. I have a huge heart for women's equity, and it's such an honor and a privilege. I say this before, I'll say it again. It's such an honor and a privilege to be in a space which is all women. I've ran a 6 a.m. club to help install positive habits, and effectively, like 90% of the beautiful souls that came through it are all women. And so it feels very aligned. It feels very normal for me, but at the same time, I know how special it is. I don't take it lightly to be invited to, like, what a statement of inclusivity and diversity to have me on the book. And yeah, my heart is so full to know that the Crystal was like, yeah, we want you to be on this, and like, please talk about gender fluidity, and we all have masculine and feminine energy in us. So it's a beautiful thing to be able to speak on that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. So what inspired you like to write your chapter? What was it that sparked it?
You know, as a dream maker coach, this is so relevant, but it's a dream come true for me. Like, I had the dream since I was 16. I always want to write a book. And the two things are like, what's really important for me? What's really like alive for me? And that's love and acting. And so my first book is always going to be about love. And so
Mm.
being able to share this like in with 16 other wise women is such a beautiful thing. But yeah, my chapter is called The Heart of Life, and I talk about how love is the heart of life. It's the chess piece. It's that missing chess piece, the queen piece that is so vital. It's the centerpiece of our life, the masterpiece of our life. And it's like a jigsaw. You place it in there, and the whole picture like comes to life. You're like, oh, I can see the whole picture.
Mm.
So yeah, it's a beautiful, most vulnerable thing that I've done in my life to share my heart, my blueprint. I remember the process of writing, I cried more in 3 weeks, the first 3 weeks of writing, than I did in the past 3 years. And it was just processing this
Wow.
past grief that I've already, processed and resolved and put in a little box, and learn all the lessons, put it aside, and then having to come back. I call it emotional mining, but literally like going back and going, all right, let's dive back into that that Pandora's box of beauty, love, grief, and wonder. Like, so yeah, it's I'm really grateful to be able to share my story, but more excitingly, I can't wait to share the things that I've learned in my 10-year journey. Just the things that I have gleaned. Is it okay if I share like my 2 minute like, oh, this is my heart?
Yeah, absolutely. Because that was like my next question. I wanted to ask you why this is so important for you. So,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
share.
It's a vulnerable share. Uh, I lost my former love of life
Hmm.
10 years ago now, and I went through a year and a half of grieving. And the thing that saved me, the two beliefs that I found that saved me from suffering, was one, life is too long to stay in pain, and two, that there's more than one love of my life out there. There's more than one soulmate. And that helped me go, okay, there's more to this. And so then there was a phase of bad dating, a phase of celibacy that happened before that, bad dating to
Who
learning,
hasn't?
yeah, to open relating and to like learning polyamory. And so these are defined stages in my life. And now, to this day, like I'm calling in my lifelong partnership, but I've been opened up in so many ways, and I've learned paradigms that work, and I've learned under John and Missy Butcher, who is the most in love couple after 20 years. You meet them.
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
know about John and Missy Butcher?
Yes, I do. I do. When you look at them, they're just like, wow, how is that possible? You know?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
amazing.
They're living proof. Like they're 20 years in their relationship. They're grandparents now. They're in their 40s,
Hmm.
and they it's palpable. You're in the same room with them. You're like, okay, they're still in love. They've maintained their honeymoon phase. What's
Yes.
their secrets? So I learned from them, and yeah, some of the lessons are in the chapter. So I'm really excited to share how to co-create a loving, lifelong, committed relationship.
Wow. This is so powerful. This is really powerful because this is what we all yearn for. That is like really deep connection and a loving and supporting connection. And so, whoever is watching this right now, you need to listen and not just to listen to us right now, but to read that chapter because I cannot wait to read that chapter right now. This is
Mm.
incredible. Thank you so much for sharing that wisdom.
Can I ask you, have you been interviewed yet on the Fireside Chat?
Not yet, but I'm going to be.
Can we have a sneak peek about what your chapter is about? Because I have an inkling, but I'd love for us all to hear. Like, what's your
Okay.
chapter about?
Well, my chapter is about finding my true north. It is finding what's not working and to figure out or to discover what the stages are that you go through when something is not working. And I give like really tangible tips where when you know that you're not in alignment and how to get back in alignment with yourself.
Mm.
And so my chapter is called Don't Be Vanilla because 70% of the world, they love vanilla. You know, you smell
Love
vanilla
that.
everywhere and vanilla
Yes.
ice cream, it's everywhere. But the
Mm.
thing is, we are not for everyone.
Yeah.
And so we should not try to be vanilla, to not be loved by everyone. We need to find our own flavor.
Yeah.
And I'm sharing also a very vulnerable moment in my life where because I used to be an actress, just like you are a working actor.
Yes.
Yeah. And I loved it. I loved the part of working, but there was an incident that made me change my life course, and that is in the book. And
Ooh.
yeah, so I don't want to spoil too much here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait to potentially reread your chapter. It's like your life story is amazing, and you are
Thank
far from vanilla. Like knowing you,
Yeah.
I'm a fan
Thank
of
you.
chocolate chip cookies, but I'm a big um, proponent, believer of blended, mixed relationships and mixed people. Like my heart is a big rainbow. So
I love that. I
mm,
love that. That should be your quote, like my heart is a big rainbow.
that's how it feels. It's like a Care Bear. Ah.
Okay. So you already said we're going behind the scenes of the writing process again, okay?
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Because
Happy to share. That's a journey of its own.
you already said that you cried more in 3 weeks than you have in the past years. So
3 years.
the
Yeah.
process of how did you write it? Like, did
Hmm.
you just start writing and emptying your brain, or was it more like, this is the exact thing that I want to share?
Yeah. So I just today I've done the writer archetype quiz by Crystal,
Mhm.
and yeah, I'm like a watery mystic, which is really interesting. My
Oh.
my process has been it's been a journey. Like the whole process is something to talk about. I started. I knew I had like the seed in like March last year, and I started to even. The first thing I did was literally speak out the entire book. So I have about 10 chapters of about 1 hour recordings of my book that I spoke it out. That was a really good process because I'm a better storyteller than I feel like I am a writer. My
Mhm.
writing style is very much you write, you listen to it, and you're like, oh, that's a really clear voice. You're hearing me storytell it. Like that's how I write. And yeah, December is a big writing phase. January, I think was I've tried when I say I've tried everything, I've tried so many things. Like I literally Crystal knows a bit about my journey. Like I picked up smoking again just to get back into the state of when I was. This is like such Strasbourg acting,
Yeah,
like
I was
memory
gonna
recall.
say.
And then like hated it and stopped again. And like I would have whiskey with me sometimes. Like so I want to tap into the great writers of Mark Twain and a few others. Like there's this old saying that writers are drinkers, and there's a lot of truth to that. We like to hear stories at a bar and talk and exchange ideas. So I had my whiskey for the first couple of weeks too, like just to have a sip and just to alter my state. The best thing that I found was again, I a lot of it was clearing emotional blocks. So a lot of it was prep and process. And Crystal had this on her on her platform, her website, and it talks about here's a meditation piece, and how to set up your environment. So
Mm.
that was probably the most helpful thing, where literally I do what a lot of writers do. Crystal does it too. I eat before I write, so I make sure that there's no like as little distraction as possible. I create a sacred container. I will light candles. May sound a little woo to other people, but it works. Okay. Sometimes I would meditate before it. If it's late in the day, I might take my afternoon nap, like 3 or 4 o'clock afternoon nap. Make sure I get my energy back. And then literally, yeah, I'll light a candle again beside my table. And my environment is just beautiful. Like it's just this container in my room where I can just write. So yeah, that's probably the best advice I can give in terms of like setting up and starting to write.
That's
So
beautiful. That sounds
yeah.
amazing. Like,
Mm,
this is just like this this feel good place where your
yeah.
soul can actually expand in and doesn't
Yes.
feel safe to share.
That's
So
it. Yeah, like
that's
creating
wonderful.
this safe container so that you can write and birth your writing. What
Yeah.
was your process like? I'd love to hear the same question back to you. Like, what was your process like in writing?
I'm not going to share that because this is going to be one of the questions when I'm going to be interviewed. So
I see.
teaser. Now you have to watch another interview,
Woo.
everybody. So, but our book launches on March 17th. Yes,
Yes.
everywhere in
Globally.
the world.
Yes.
Everywhere in the world. So it would be incredible if you go out on March 17th and get the book, because on that special day, there's going to be a special price as well. Ding.
Yes.
So, and if you look up all the authors, like all of the authors have like special launch offers. I know that Jen does like a chapter read with Q&A and live event afterwards. And there's so many more, there so many authors. So I say so many times.
Yeah.
Who offer really incredible launch gifts, and there are also gifts in the book that you can get for yourself.
Oh yeah.
So
The
you're
wisdom
not
gems
just
are
getting the
amazing.
book, but you're getting a lot of extra gifts too.
Yes. B, this is a
Yeah.
fireside chat. Do you have a gift for launch? Because I got one.
Really? You got one? What is it?
Yeah, I'll share here. So for those who are watching and listening, get the book. If you just private message me a screenshot or a photo of the book and just direct message me, I will gift you a free coaching session. This is limited to 10 people. The first 10 people who do this, right? I will gift a free coaching session and or a human design reading, both valued at $555. Um, that's my gift to you for being one of the first supporters.
Nice. Nice. And you're very, very generous with 10 people because
Yeah.
I only do 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so my gift is when you screenshot the book or the receipt, you receive a coaching session, which also includes an energy healing and with a future self attunement. So, and what that means is we're gonna dive deep into your vision and what you really, really want, what you really, really desire. We tap into your future self, into your higher wisdom. And afterwards, I'm gonna coach you on how to get there physically.
Oof,
So
amazing.
yes, and this also has a value of $500 euros. We I
Euros.
euros. Yes, we're going strong here with the euro. So
Yeah.
if you want to get the book, here is the link. If you want to have any more information about our book, then wait, it is this one right here at crystalhill.org/inspired connections. Yes. Chris, thank you so much for coming on today and for
It's
chatting
a
with me
pleasure.
and
Thank you
being
for
so
having me.
open.
Hi.
Thank you. And for everybody else out there, I can just speak for myself, but I'm just going to say it. We love you and we completely support you and are here for you. So,
Oh.
yes, I wish you an amazing day and thank
Mm.
you so much for watching.
Yeah. Thank you. Big love.